it sounds like to me, right, it is really up to the individual to facilitate this transition, to get more people on a Bitcoin standard, which inevitably leads to a more optimistic outlook on the future, right? Bitcoin gives you hope versus the fiat operating system. It's this operating system of nihilism, pessimism, and it brings out the worst in people, right? Because it just keeps getting smaller, their purchasing power. Versus Bitcoin, everyone can get along. One of the most beautiful things that I've noticed, CK, and we pride ourselves to stay neutral politically on the show. We have people from the left on the show, we have people from the right, is they find common ground in Bitcoin, right? So to the audience, right? And this is an activist audience at the end of the day. What do you suggest? What are your suggestions to get people to do? What could they do on an individual level? Whether that's just taking self custody, whether that's running a node, whether that's whether it's just trying to convince your mom, your dad to take the orange pill. What could people doing? What could people watching right now? What do you recommend them to do?
I recommend to Bitcoiners to focus on yourself, check the boxes, and ultimately, like, the life that you live, the confidence that you ensue, the comfort and good decision making that you make, kind of being within the Bitcoin overlay. I think that is contagious. I really don't think that people will be able to, avoid it for that much longer, because you're right. Like, there's so many negative consequences to operating on a fiat standard that is crumbling. That's crumbling. Like, we're watching it crumble in real time. And it's becoming more and more obvious. So, I would say to Bitcoiners, like, one, stop worrying about other people's stack, worry about your stack, focus on getting your stack across the finish line, focus on, the people that you love, at least having them understand how to get your stack. If something happens to you, you want to focus on planning, on cold storage, on OPSEC, on the other things, because honestly, I just think that, like, adoption is going to get driven by reality. Like, fiat is crumbling, chaos will ensue, trust is dissipating, and that's where Bitcoin shines, and the utility of Bitcoin as a real physical network that can settle value across space and time, that helps manage grids. Like, that is undeniable. You don't have to do anything to advocate for that. Like, that will advocate for itself, because it's like markets versus communism. Like, guess what? People were running away from communism. They were sacrificing everything to escape it. Like, people will be running away from statism. They will be sacrificing everything to escape it. Are you doing what it takes for yourself to be in a good position? Are you in the right jurisdiction? Have you focused on getting your today's sats at today's prices across the finish line, or are you over leveraged? Are you like a shill that is going to look bad because you can't even interpret what's happening in the fiat system, and yet you're a smartass about how Bitcoin is going to work and how it's all going to play out? It's just like, take a step back, like, have some humility, focus on yourself, focus on making sure that you are okay, and don't worry about everyone else. They will get the price that they deserve. They will learn the lessons they need to learn, so that way they value this asset too.